Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be a star, make us shine so bright. Welcome to my dungeon. This is ecstasy. Let me play the fantasy.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ. And we are back like we never left. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and pulling up.
Yeah.
We're about to be jumping into Candace Owens as she talks about 5 reasons people hate Pride Month. But yeah, I mean, I like Candace Owens' point of view on a lot of things, not everything.
You know, Candace has really grown on me. I really like listen to what it is that she has to say. I don't agree wholeheartedly with everything she says, but she speaks a lot of sense and she speaks her truth.
Yeah, she has a lot of great common sense.
And a good insight as well. So I can respect her for that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check this one out though.
Yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Smash the notification bell, join the family, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
Candace Owens, let's go.
And for today's episode, I feel like it is high time that somebody says the quiet part out loud. So today I'm going to do that. Ready? The majority of Americans cannot stand Pride Week, Pride Month, Pride Year, whatever it is. The month of June has been completely perverted, and the majority of Americans, including my gay friends, cannot stand this month. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why that's true. You guys ready? Yeah. Reason number 1, it's because Pride Month is emblematic of corporate cowardice. Everywhere you look, all of these corporations that don't even make sense are putting up rainbow flags, right? McDonald's, what was the issue with gay people at McDonald's? Were gay people not being served at McDonald's? I walk into a furniture shop a couple of weekends ago, and prominently displayed is this LGBTQIA flag. Everybody's welcome to shop here. At what point in American history were gay people not allowed to shop in furniture stores? It's so emblematic of those stupid departments that are being built up. Diversity and inclusion departments. Somebody who is completely not qualified to even work at the corporations that they work at. Keeping a calendar of every ridiculous holiday that we continue to make up to make sure that corporations get on their knees about various social issues. We have to, we as a company are...
Do you feel like they're getting on their knees though?
I'd be like, damn, like it just seemed like everything that happens, there's a date for it. There's a date, there's a particular date to celebrate something, or like just kind of like what she said. I just feel like it gets watered down to a degree, especially like when it comes to like corporate America, because I'm starting to see that too, especially like LGBTQ, like certain things.
But is it
I just feel
though,
like,
or is it that they are more so just embracing those types of people?
No, I feel like they're attaching themselves to a movement just for publicity, for what they can get out of it. People, more people that they can engage and bring in to patronize their product. That's what I feel like majority of the time. Like a lot of times when I see corporations standing behind something or a movement, a lot of times I see it as like a smoke and mirror, as a means to pander or to get something out of it. And obviously you're a corporation, so you're out to get something out of it, but I don't always feel like it's always genuine. No,
I'd have to disagree. I just feel like, with, like, at least from my experience, I feel like I've seen it enough to where it's not necessarily something that's kind of just shoved down employees' faces. I feel like it's one of those things, like they offer, like, maybe they might have like a come down and get some tea or something like that event just to kind of support LGBTQ, the community, but it's never anything that's really just kind of forced on or pressed on to people in general. I've never seen it that way. Like, I've never felt like, well, damn, I don't feel like doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a part of that. Like, I've never felt like I had to be a part of something that was put on for LGBTQ at work. I've never had that experience.
Gotcha. Yeah, and no, I'm just saying in regards to just the corporation themselves, not necessarily trying to shove it down your throat, but I just feel like they hijack movements. They hijack these particular things to try to capitalize off of.
Not necessarily.
I
mean, maybe
majority of them.
I don't know.
There are some good
I ain't worked at everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there are companies out there that seem like it's more of a.
Cause just like
It's
McDonald's, or you have these other corporations like jumping onto like a lot of these social issues, LGBTQ, or Black Lives Matter, just any of these types of things. I probably would believe more of a small business if they stood behind something rather than some large corporation that might be out of touch with that's me personally.
I mean, I will say I'm a lot more conscientious of those types of things. Definitely, with having the BLM movements and everything that I've learned about that just kind of in the past. But, I've never been one to just be like, oh yeah, we're going out. I've never not that I don't support it or anything like that. I've just never been a part of it that much to honestly to care,
Are dedicating $200,000 to LGBTQ causes. Okay, where's that money even going? That's my question. Where is the money even going?
All right.
What is it that we are striving toward for gay people and lesbian people? What don't they have in America that they need us to donate dollars, corporate dollars, to make sure that they secure in the future? Fear of out of control inflation.
A tax write-off? What you mean? That's
That just goes to the tax write-off. So they got a certain amount of money that they got to donate every year, so that's what they're doing.
All right, okay, there, bam, we donated to them.
Mm-hmm.
They have in America that they need us to donate dollars, corporate dollars, to make sure that they secure in the future. Fear of out of control inflation is hammering the stock market. The S&P 500 is having its worst start to the year since World War II. That being said, now might be a good time for you to diversify into gold, the most stable asset in history. And Birch Gold is the company that I trust to help you convert an IRA or a 401k into an IRA in gold and silver. That's right, sheltered. It's insulting to black people. Savings now. Number two is that actually it's insulting to black people. I've been pretty outspoken. I even think Black History Month needs to go away. But let me tell you something. If black people are getting 1 month for the stuff that we live through in America, somebody's going to need to explain to me how it is that gay people and lesbian and trans people also got a month. Like what somebody give me the history lesson, right? That qualifies an entire month in celebratory rainbows. Was there an island where there was gay people that were living happily, and all of a sudden they got put onto boats and chains and brought over to America and forced to work? I missed that history lesson that justifies them being able to throw their asses in my face for an entire month. It's annoying and it's ridiculous. Thomas Sowell, as you guys know, is one of my favorite authors, and he once wrote a quote, and that quote is, "Civil rights used to be about treating everyone the same, but today, some people are so used to special treatment that equal treatment is considered to be discrimination." That is my opinion when it comes to the LGBTQ IRS agenda. They think they're being discriminated against because they're not getting special privileges, right? Which brings me to point number 3, the slippery slope of it all. First, it began as just a...
Hold on, let's kind of backtrack real quick. Just in regards, as she talks about LGBTQ, kind of getting the whole Pride Month. And, obviously, we have Black History Month. I've been feeling like that for a very, very long time in regards to us just being allocated 1 month out of the year to celebrate Black History Month. I feel like it should be celebrated every day of the year. Right. Obviously, but I understand how things work. I understand how the system works. To a degree. But yeah, definitely when you say Pride Month, even me, I'm just like, I don't really understand it because all I see is just a lot of people that's with the LGBTQ. They're just celebrating all month long, having in the streets, having rallies, having festivals and things of that nature, which is fine. But I'm just like, why are you allocating a month to Pride Month when they could do that any day of any weekend of the year?
Yeah,
could get together. So I. Like you said, I just feel like movements that they do things just to put it in your face even more.
That's the point.
Or to make you make you embrace it. Because even me,
cannot argue with that.
Because even me, I'm like, yeah, I have nothing against a lesbian, a gay person, a trans, and like none of that. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, but to give them a whole month, like for what? Like she said, what did they go through in America that just
they need a whole
so
month.
Detrimental?
Yeah.
I feel like they have all the same rights as anyone else. So
I can't answer that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all tap in, y'all comment. let me know. Hey, I'm not trying to be offensive or disrespectful.
A day of national pride and rainbows and sprinkles and Skittles. And they said, oh, actually, we're going to need a whole week to demonstrate to you guys that we are proud to be gay and lesbian and queer. And then they weren't satisfied. They said, actually, we're going to need an entire month to do this because we need more time to express this to you. And they're never going to be satisfied, right? But first it's like, love is love. Gay marriage, it's just about gay marriage, love is love. And they got gay marriage and they said, actually going to tack on a T here. We've got some transgendered issues and we need to be able to speak to your children about the fact that I'm a trans femme turtle. And if you're not comfortable with that, then it's because you're a bigot. That's the figurative gun to everybody's head, right? America's got a figurative gun to their head when these movements come around. It's you either put up an LGBTQIA flag or you hate homosexuals, right? You either put up a BLM flag or you hate black people. That's it. It basically puts all of America in the closet because we have to pretend that we don't mind what's going on for an entire month. And what's going on for an entire month? Oh, that would be number 4 on my list. It's perversity that is being dressed up as diversity. We know what this is.
I knew she was going to say that. Like, we've seen that on TV shows that they put up, and you'll see like all these like the LGBTQ parades going on, and it is very like it gets raw, y'all, like raunchy almost, okay, to say the least. But it can get.
That's what I be saying.
It gets
the media influence is so heavy, and like I said, when you start speaking about like bringing children that are highly influenced on what they see other people doing, like that's when there's an issue. Because like I said, I just feel like there's a issue just in regards to just moral. Like I just feel like it's a moral problem. Like when they bring that into the fray of like children being able to speak to your children, like that's crossing the line. That's super sensitive when you start bringing like young children into things that adult society has created.
I would agree. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, and that goes. Just kids are supposed to be kids in general. Why would you even want them around something like that? Because to me, at an age like that, that's the like ultimate confusion.
It's just confusing. That's my thing.
Very
it's confusing.
Yeah,
and I feel like it takes them away from like that natural progression that they're supposed to go through in life as a young male or young female kid. I
don't know. Me personally, I just feel like that wouldn't be something that I would just be in our, like, because what about like the parents that have, same sex relationships that have kids? Maybe they are more susceptible to exposing them to like parades and those type of events because that's what it is.
And that's their prerogative.
But is that okay though, or is there still like should that still be like a problem though?
Me personally, I just feel like that's how they're living their life, and that's how they're raising their children based on, their belief system, their core belief system. My core belief system it doesn't follow that code. Doesn't follow that.
I would.
And you know that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's perversity that is being dressed up as diversity. We know what this is. Stop pretending that this is about pride when you need to wear assless chaps and shake your butt in front of a child's face. And then you say, oh, if you have any issues with this, then it's because you're a bigot and you're raising your child to be a bigot. Your baby needs to be anti-racist, like your baby needs to be anti and pro and supportive of all of these various causes. They need to be pro-trans. They need to be actively pro-trans agenda. It's debauchery everywhere you look. Look at the Pride Parade. Why is it so okay to take your children to a Thanksgiving Day parade? You have no fears, but you know fully well that if you take your child to a Pride Parade, your child is going to be exposed to a bunch of sexuality on display because that's just what they're allowed to do for an entire month. They're allowed to be overtly sexual and pretend that they're a special snowflake and that if you don't like it, it's because you're somehow a heterosexual freak who doesn't understand that people need to express themselves. Let me be clear. If a heterosexual couple acted in the same way as some of these couples act during a pride parade, I would be disgusted because it's just gross. It's just debauchery. Your sexuality doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care what your sexuality is. When you're being perverse, you should be called out for it. It's the same reason I called out Cardi B for her performance on stage when I felt she was being disgusting at the Grammys. I don't care that Cardi B is a hetero.
Yeah, she did go. Cardi did go over the top in regards to that. I like Cardi's music because I know where she come from, you know, and I like the music. But like I said, when you want to call out Perversity, you got to call it out. You know, words
across the board.
Across the board.
Yeah.
And just like I said, especially like with like the Perversity, like them allowing people to kind of show that in public. Like I said, I don't find it being a bigot. I find it me like protecting like my child's mental like development, you know, based on what I deem should be like a normal upbringing. Like,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Go ahead. No, speak on it now.
No, I mean, you're right. Everything you just said, I agree with what you said. I don't have anything to add to that.
Okay, just check it.
Her performance on stage when I felt she was being disgusting at the Grammys. I don't care that Cardi B is a heterosexual person. I care that there are children in America who shouldn't be forced to watch this sort of stuff. They shouldn't be forced to watch our cultural corrosion on screens. That's how the majority of adults feel when Pride Month comes along, but they're not allowed to say it, or else they will be accused of being bad individuals who want homosexuals to be wiped off the face of the planet.
Bump that. Because I used to be the same way. Like, I can recall, like, us being in the mall, and I remember... You might even recall, too, like, I remember us walking in the mall and these two men were holding hands right in front of the boys, right in front of the kids, like, and I was just like, oh, God, I do not want them to see that, you know, and not, like, and the thing is, like, hey, you do what you do, like, it was just the thought of them just wondering, because I could see in their faces they were looking, and I was just like, I don't even know how to explain that, you know, like, as a parent, I'm just sitting there going through all these scripts of things to say that it's okay that they're doing what they're doing, but that's not okay. Like, what do you say? That's not what you're supposed to do. Like, that's not. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. But see, that's where you get caught off guard in society, because you get caught off guard with some of these things, and it's like you have to like make sure that you really got to make sure that you're prepared for these types of things, so that you can explain that to your children. Because I remember when that happened, and like you said, it caught you off guard, and it's like, oh, okay, wow.
I mean, because you could just see they were looking, they were staring. They never had seen that before, and so like it caught me off guard, because I'm just like, I didn't know what to say to them in that moment. Like, should I say something? Should I address this? Should I? You know, because obviously this is becoming more of the norm. This is the new normal. Like, this is what we're going to be seeing more of. Like, and sometimes it's women, sometimes it's two guys, sometimes you can see, like, it's a variation of things, but it's when you get put into that situation that catches you off guard. It's not uncomfortable, but it does create like some awkwardness a little bit, just in terms of trying to explain something like that without being
a bigot.
And you know, disrespectful at that, because then I don't want them to be disrespectful when they see people like that, you know. Yeah,
but yeah, like you said, it's very, very important to explain that context in regards to that too. I remember that.
Yeah.
Speaking of individuals who actually want homosexuals to be wiped off the face of the planet, let's talk about number 5. It's also the cultural ignorance of it all, right? You get these people that come up to you and they're waving their flags. They're the same people that are waving their pride flags in one hand and the Ukraine flags in the other one, right? And then when you say, hey, wait, gay marriage is not allowed in Ukraine. Oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. There are actually places all across the world where homosexual people are oppressed and they never do anything for it. That's not what they're raising money for. They're raising money so they can indoctrinate our children with LGBTQ agenda ideas, right? They don't care. They'll tell you to donate tomorrow to Saudi Arabia if the right politician gets on stage and tells them to. They're ignorant about their very existence, and that drives me absolutely insane. It also bothers me on a spiritual level that it is a corruption of what the rainbow signifies theologically. Remember, this was God's promise that he would never again flood the earth. And sometimes I ask the question, when I look around and
Talking about Sodom and Gomorrah.
I see all this ridiculousness going on when I look at the perversion that our culture has become, and I look at everything that we're even talking about in this country. You wonder if he should make good on that promise or not. You wonder if we need a reset button of some sort on humanity altogether. So in closing, it's a great irony that we spend this time calling it Pride Month, when in reality it's anything but. We should not be proud of this. We should not be proud of the state of culture. It's actually everything that Americans should be ashamed of. Maybe we need a shame month. Thanks for joining me on this segment of Candace. If you liked this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel and ring the bell to get notifications.
Ooh.
Wow.
She said, ooh, I like how she ended that.
Maybe we should have a shame month.
A shamed month.
Oh, now that would just infuriate them. Okay. Infuriate probably more than anything than to say that would be something people
Hey,
would
it is what it is.
Would want.
It is what it is. I like this because, again, I just feel like she just speaks it how it is. She just gives her truth and she stands on it. That's something I can always respect with someone. Like when you have somebody that has opinions or that is opinionated, but quickly kind of sways here and there. Like you can see it in the delivery and how they talk. And I just like how Candace Owens kind of just stands on her pedestal, stands on her soapbox, and she's going to deliver her message, you know, no matter who likes it. Because even with that, like, I can see LGBTQ people coming out and like, oh my God, Candace said this and said that about Pride Month. Oh, she's against us, and I feel like that's the temperature a lot of times. Like you said, when you say something in regards to LGBTQ, it's like they just come out the woodworks and come to attack people. It's like you can't say anything about it. If you say something about it, then it's like you're against it. But in all likelihood, it's like I'm not against it. Like I have full respect for any person, any human being, but like I said, the way that you live your life isn't the way that I live my life, and my view is going to differ.
Right.
You know, as far as like my core belief, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. Y'all let us know what y'all think
tap
about
in,
how she explained this and broke this down in the video. I would be curious to know like everybody else's story, especially if you know you do have like if the same-sex marriages with children, because I wonder, you know, with those kids, like how careful you have to be with those children having like two moms or two dads, and how they end up growing up like long term, the effects on them. Like, do they have any effects from that, you know, especially because I can see a lot of bullying behind that, a lot of teasing, uncertainty,
self-doubt,
a lot of just invalidation in general, just because, you know,
I feel like
I don't know, and I don't know if that confuses a child, but
I feel like in a sense it wouldn't confuse a child, because like if you have two parents that are like tapped in like that are informative, that's going to give your children what they need. Like I said, because we have people around us that have a two-mom household, you know, raising a child. So I just feel like it just comes down to
she as cute as she can be.
And it just comes down,
cutest baby, y'all.
And it just comes down to how you raise that child. It doesn't mean that child's gonna come up to be lesbian or gay or anything like that. It just comes down to like the lessons and what you instill in them to give them, you know, the freedom to live their life the way that they want to.
Yeah, I could. That's the way I would like for it to be. I just would be curious to know like what the effects would be for that. I mean, maybe that's a conversation for another day, but you know, she does bring a valid point to that. I'm just
Candace gonna have some people heated about this one. I know this was a little while ago as far as the video, but I could definitely see some people heated about this. If anybody's like lesbian or gay, LGBTQ supporting that, like y'all definitely drop comments and let us know what y'all think about Candace Owens.
Pride Month.
Speaking about Pride Month, that, you know.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of people who are like that fall into that category that are against that, like because it is like a, you know, some will say like it's a mess. Like there's
even
no
people in the
reason
LGBTQ, they don't stand for some of that, especially the perversion part.
Right.
So,
Right. So. If y'all enjoyed this video, be sure you give us a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that notification bell, join the family. And if ain't nobody else told you, we love you. And we gonna see y'all in the next video, y'all.
Tap in, y'all. We're gonna get back with y'all real soon now.
Bye.